At the beginning of the film, we see a young woman named Ramona living in a farmhouse with her son and daughter. Ramona is watching an old video. Through the video, we learn that she and her husband had built this farmhouse with so much love and care. But now the video only brings sadness, because her husband died in a terrible accident. And in that same accident, Ramona lost her leg. That day shattered her completely, mentally and emotionally. She couldn't take care of her children the way she used to. The house was falling apart. The family was suffering. Even the daily chores were being done by their helper, Taylor. Yet, despite all this, Ramona's behavior was strict and cold. Every morning, as soon as she opened her eyes, she would say, "Give me strength." When she stepped out of her room, she saw that Taylor had done most of the work. But so many things were missing. The power was out, the house felt lifeless. And then something strange happened. Ramona noticed someone sitting in the yard. It was a woman covered head to toe in black. Who was she? Ramona froze. Fear crept in. She told her children, "Stay inside. Don't come out." Then she stepped outside to confront the strange woman. Trying to act strong, she said, "My husband will be back soon. You should leave." But the woman replied, "Your husband is dead. He died in an accident. And you lost your leg in that same accident." Ramona was shocked. How did she know that? The woman leaned in and said, "Ramona, the day has come. The day you kept calling me for. I'm here now." Ramona didn't understand. What was she talking about? Then the woman showed her blood-covered hands. Terrified, Ramona ran to her car. She needed to charge her phone, call the police, do anything to get help. But the car wouldn't start. No matter how hard she tried, nothing. She rushed back inside. Her kids ran to her asking, "Who was that woman, Mama? What did she want?" But instead of answering, she screamed at them, "Enough! Be quiet!" Her anger kept growing. She began throwing things, screaming. Then she locked all the doors and windows. She sat down, breathing heavily. Her leg hurt again. She looked down. One of the stitches had come out. Then she looked outside again. The woman in black was now even closer to the house. Ramona thought maybe Charlie, her dog, is outside. She rushed out to bring him in. But when she stepped out, Charlie was gone. Vanished. She didn't tell the kids. But inside, fear was turning into rage. She scolded Taylor again. And then she slapped her daughter. Just because she wrote the letter R backward on the wall. Suddenly Ramona realized, what am I doing? That was such a small mistake. How could I hurt her? She hugged her daughter tightly. But then, something terrifying happened. She looked into the mirror and saw a knife in her hand. And then she stabbed her daughter. But wait, it wasn't her daughter. It was a pillow in her lap. What just happened? Where did the knife come from? Who gave it to her? Taylor turned around and saw his mother like that. He was scared now. He knew something was wrong with her mind. He had to do something. While Ramona took her daughter to her room, Taylor quietly slipped outside. He wanted to go to the neighboring farmhouse and get help. But again, the car wouldn't start. Soon, Ramona came after him, furious. She pulled him back inside. But Taylor was angry too. He had realized Charlie wasn't outside, and his mother was hiding something from him. Taylor looked at her and said, "Don't worry, Mom. I'll fix everything." He walked to a room filled with his father's old things. And there, he picked up a gun. Ramona saw him and shouted, "No! Put that down! What are you doing?" They started fighting again. Meanwhile, the woman in black was now standing just outside the house, closer than ever. In anger, Taylor went outside with the gun. He pointed it at the woman and shouted, Get off our property. Now. But the woman didn't move. She lifted her black veil and said something shocking. Your mother has been lying to you all your life. Taylor was stunned. She told him something that changed everything. Go. Ask your mother the truth. He ran inside yelling, Mom, how did Dad really die? Ramona panicked. She began making up stories. That night, David and I went to a fancy restaurant, she said. But her voice was shaking. She wasn't telling the full truth. The truth was, Ramona didn't like the farmhouse. She was tired of the hard work. David had brought the family there to escape city life. He was happy, but she wasn't. She wanted to move again, but David said no. That night they argued. And when they left the restaurant, Ramona was the one driving the car. She saw the shadow of the black woman behind her. She lost control and had the accident. But she lied to her kids, told them David was driving. Taylor was heartbroken. He broke down in tears. And as his pain grew, the dark presence in the house got stronger. The woman's shadow grew larger and larger. To protect themselves, the family ran to the attic. But even there, the black woman reached out like a shadow and began pulling Ramona's daughter toward her. They tried to hold her back. Taylor quickly ran to the window and covered it. As soon as he did, the pull stopped. His sister was safe. But the horror wasn't over yet. The lights started flickering. Things began to fall. And then the entity took control of Ramona. While possessed, Ramona saw visions. She saw herself hugging the woman in black. And then that woman hugged her daughter and vanished. Taylor watched in shock. He stood there, completely alone. His mother and sister were gone. Then suddenly, Ramona appeared behind him with a lighter. They both began searching for the daughter. Ramona entered a room. Inside she saw her past. She saw David. Smiling. Look, he said. The flowers you love have bloomed. Ramona walked closer. But then he started hitting her. Suddenly Ramona saw herself, sitting in the yard, dressed in black, just like the dark woman. Her second version looked at her and whispered, The day has come. The day you were waiting for. The scene cut. Ramona was back in the attic, with both her children. They came down again. And there stood the woman in black. Ramona pointed a gun at her, shaking. But the woman calmly said, I didn't come on my own. You called me. Every morning you asked for strength. Strength to end your pain. To end your life. And now, I'm here to give it to you. The woman began forcing Ramona to shoot herself. She pushed the gun under her chin. Do it, she whispered. End it all. But in the next scene, Ramona walked out of the room alive. Her children looked at her and asked, Where did she go, Mama? Ramona smiled softly and said, She won't come back. I've made her leave. And even if she does, I'll be ready next time. The family walked back into the house. The lights came back on. And so did their lost dog, Charlie. Inside the house was a painting Ramona had made. And in it was the dark woman. Because that woman wasn't real. She was Ramona's darkness. Her fears. Her guilt. Her anger. All the pain she never faced took a real shape. It haunted her. Until she finally faced it. And when she did, it vanished. The family was together again. The house felt warm again. And the film ends with a message of hope. We hope you enjoyed the story. Thank you for watching.